G'day folks, today we're going to be looking at an accessory by Polar Pro that basically turns your DJI Spark, Mavic Air, Mavic Pro into a handheld stabilized camera that can take stunning 4K video. But first let's do a quick unboxing and we'll take a closer look at the hardware. Now I got a couple different products here and I'll kind of go over them and what's different about them. I'm going to put this one out of the way first of all. Now the nice thing about the Katana system is that it is expandable and adaptable. For example, this is the kit for the DJI Spark, so it comes with a mount that will fit the Spark. If you change or you buy a second drone like the Mavic Pro or the new Mavic Air, you can buy just the frame that holds the drone in. The body of it is compatible with many drones, so you don't have to buy a whole new kit for every drone you own. Now this one here is one for the Mavic Air already. Now this is more of a deluxe version. It has the mount, the handles, but it also comes with a T-grip, and the T-grip is nice, so if you're doing low shots, you can hold it from the top down, and I'll kind of go over all that with you when we do some demonstrations. So let's just open this stuff up and we'll see what's all inside and how they're packaged. So this is the Spark kit. So this is what you get. You get the mount for the Spark, the handle, and your phone mount. So let's set that aside. Now this is just an adapter and it makes the Katana, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. Anyways, it makes the Katana compatible with the Mavic Air. And they sell these for all the different drones. So if you have a Mavic Pro, you can buy just the mount for it. And I'm pretty confident as DJI releases new drones, Polar Pro will be creating new mounts to make them adaptable. And there it is. So that is the adapter for the Spark. You can see it's a little bit different, but it just fits up in there nicely. So anyways, what ended up happening here, I bought this myself. I bought the one for the Spark, and then I bought the adapter for the Mavic Air. And I reached out to Polar Pro to see if they would send me the T-handle, just the T-handle for review purposes, because I was planning on making a video about this, so I wanted to include all the aspects of the system. But they ended up sending me a whole kit, so now I'm going to have some doubles, but I guess that's okay. And by the way, thank you Polar Pro for sending that to me. So as you can see, it's identical to the mount I already had, except this one already ships with the mount for the Mavic Air. We have phone mount, and this is the extra piece that this particular kit comes with. This is the T-grip for the top, and like I said, I'll demonstrate that once we get into doing some demonstrations. Okay folks, so we have everything unboxed, and this is the base package here. So we've got the handle. We've got the cradle or the mount here. This is what's going to hold the drone in. We've got a smartphone mount and we've got some bolts here. Now before we mount the Mavic Air into the Katana, there's a couple things we need to do. The first is we're going to open up the arms on the Mavic Air. And we're going to remove the propellers. And you do so by pressing down and twisting, and they come right off. Now the next thing you need to do is write down the password for your drone. On this little sticker here, it's got the name of the drone and the password, because we're going to be connecting to it via Wi-Fi. We're not going to be turning the remote on at all, so when we go to connect to it via Wi-Fi for the first time, it's going to ask you for that password. So you want to make sure you have that written down before you have it mounted, because once it's mounted, the legs are all closed in and you can't get at it. So at this point, we can go ahead and fold everything back in. So now we're going to mount it, and we're going to take the mounting bracket and we're going to place the bracket just above the motors there, just like so. So now we're going to attach that to the handle, but before we continue, I just want to point something out here. If you are going to be a first-time buyer of the Katana system, you're going to notice when you get it that there's this little loop here, or this little droopy piece, and some people may think that as a defect. Now that's by design. It's flexible, so when you mount the drone in there, it's going to put more pressure. So now we're just going to line up the two holes at the top here over top of the frame. So we'll put our first bolt in, but we're not going to tighten it right up yet because we still need some room to be able to get this one in. So we got both in now, so now we can go ahead and tighten it right up. and make sure they're in there nice and secure. And just double check that the drone's in there nice and secure. So that's what we have right now. We've got the handle attached. So now we're going to attach our smartphone mount, and there's two ways you can do it. They have a 1/4-inch tripod thread at this side and on this side, but you'll notice this one's kind of on a 45-degree angle. This one's on a flat surface. So it just depends how you like the viewing angle. You can mount it straight up and down, or if you use that side, it's going to be more on an angle. And that's the way I like it. It just gives it a more natural viewing angle, I find. Now you're not going to screw it all the way, because if you do, you're going to end up with it sitting like that, and it's not going to line up properly. So what you do, you just screw it until it's almost tight, and then you use that little screw at the bottom to tighten it into place once you've got it at the angle you want. Now at this point too, if you wanted, if you're filming at night, you could mount a light on that top one up there. You know, if you're filming in a dark location, give yourself some extra light. So now we're going to attach the phone, and we're going to fire everything up. So to mount the phone, we're just going to loosen this lever at the back on the cell phone mount. We'll place our phone in, and then we'll apply some pressure, and then tighten that lever up. So that's what we got now. So now we've got a nice camera rig. We've got a monitor. We've got the drone, which has the gimbal on it. So let's go ahead and we'll get things fired up. So at this point, it's very important. Don't forget to remove your gimbal guard, because it's going to do its calibration, and you know, it could get damaged if it's trying to move when that thing is on. So first things first, we're going to power on the drone. So just like normal, we're going to do a double press of the power button. Now by default, the drone is looking for the remote, which we don't have on, so there's no way for us to connect to the drone right now through the Go app. We have to put this into Wi-Fi mode, and we do that by using the button on the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold it for 4 seconds. You're going to hear a beep initially, and then after a few seconds you're going to hear a double beep. And when that double beep occurs, then it's in Wi-Fi mode. So we'll just press it. And there was the double beep. Once you hear the double beep, you can let go. So the drone's now in Wi-Fi mode and transmitting a Wi-Fi signal. So as you can see there, you can see the Mavic Air listed. So we're just going to click on the Mavic Air and then enter our password. So now we can go ahead and launch the DJI Go 4 app. So we're all connected. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you quickly how to connect it to the Spark, kind of the same procedure. Once we're done that, then we're going to go out and test it out and see how it works. Now with the Spark, you really don't need to take the propellers off. They kind of fit in there with no problem. And we're just going to tighten up these bolts here. So just like that, we now have the Spark mounted in there, and we can go ahead and get some stabilized footage. Now actually, one quick thing before we go out and test this out, I want to show you how to attach and use the T-bar handle grip. When you get it, it comes with the grip, and it comes with this extra screw, and I'll kind of show you what all that's for. So first thing we're going to do is take off the phone mount. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off this screw here. And the reason being is we're going to put this bigger one on, because when this is attached, that screw's pretty small there. So it's hard to tighten it up. So they've thought ahead and gave a larger screw for there. Put this one on. Now we'll screw the T-bar handle on. And again, we're not going to tighten it right up, because otherwise we're going to end with some weird angle like that. So we're just going to spin it on until it's almost tight, and then we're going to use the bottom screw there. You can see that. Just to tighten it in exactly where we want it. And again, we attach the smartphone mount, and we can again do it either on the 45 or on the bottom there. And there we go. So we still have our phone mount that we can see what we're filming, and we now have the added bonus of having that top grip. And I just want to mention too, I've had this mount on where it is, mounted right in front of the motors there, but I've also had it mounted just behind here. So either way works. I've done it both. It's your own really personal preference. I find at the front it gives it a good weight balance. But yeah, you know, you'll just have to play around with it and see what you like best. Okay, so now let's go and test this out. Well, folks, as you can see, it's quite a handy device. I actually quite like it, and I definitely think I'll be carrying this around my backpack when I'm out hiking and different things. I like to fly if I find something interesting, but I might pull this out and get some nice ground footage as well. I'll include the links down below in the description where you can check out the Katana further. Well, folks, that's it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.